I like to see when people younger than me, male or female, whatever, realize a lesson at an age younger than it took me to remember. Because I'm like, well, you're at least ahead by X number of years. I remember that I learned that when I was 42. You figured it out at 35. That's you're 7 years ahead of me. You're going to have a lot more happy, content, and peaceful years than I did. Oh God, everything. That's wisdom right there. I mean, any wisdom, like, oh my God, it's monkey see, monkey don't do. And if you could avoid the mistakes of your elders, you're going to be way the hell up, way further ahead than anybody else. So we got a request. Aaron, the following is a video request on the following topics. It does not matter what women want. It matters what you want that matters. I will, it's not even going to be addressed here. But if you want to watch a really good video on what women want, go watch Dr. Ryan Taliban's video on what women. It's not Ryan Taliban, it's Dr. Orion Taraban. I like to call him Dr. Ryan Taliban. But I'll tell you the short version. Women want what other women want. There it is. That's what they want. Absent a super hot guy. That's what women want, is they want what other women want. It's a fool's errand. It keeps moving. The target keeps going. It's amorphous. They don't know what they want until they're told what they wanted by other women who are equally like, okay, man, okay, big old hive mind committee. Like, it's what they want, what other women want. You don't control that. It does not matter what women want. It's what you want that matters. Yeah, you know why? Because it's your life, and that's what you control. You don't control what she wants. You don't influence that. You control your life and what you want. There you go. Stop trying. I should retitle this. Stop trying to make other people happy. Make yourself happy first, and people are naturally gravitated towards happy people. Who knows? Maybe they have shared interests and like making you happy. And you can form relationships, whether it's friendship or romantic. I'm 37 years old, way over 6 feet tall. I don't want to mention your details. You're in great shape, almost a six-pack. Did 10 years in the military, got out, and now an engineer in a particular field, making $200,000. Where have all the good men gone? Not married, of course, although I would love to be married and have children. I set up that Jewish gal. I mean, ladies, if there's one of you out there that want to meet a rich, tall, jack dude, let me know. Although all through my teens and 20s, I was brainwashed into believing that it was the central task of a man to figure out what women want. Recall the Seinfeld skit, all about men trying to figure out what women want. I don't remember it. Once when that was figured out, then the man is to execute on it. It was so pervasive. I even recall seeing magazine covers in the checkout line in grocery stores as a little kid that asked the same question. Never was the question asked, what do men want? Nope. It was always what women want. You know why? Because men want women more than women want men. Okay. Men want sex more than women want sex. Consequently, which is attached to the other person. Men, and also there's the biological fact that sperm is cheap. God, I can't talk today. Sperm is cheap. Eggs are expensive. One guy can impregnate a bunch of women. One woman cannot impregnate a bunch of men. The bottleneck to the human race is eggs, where, a woman is sitting there for 9 months, taking care of one. What, abortion? Oh my God, let's throw a party. Hang on. Can I do the cadence? Let's get abortions. Let's have a party. Free abortions. Planned Parenthood. Let's have a party. Oh, song will be in my head. Yes. When the person with the least interest has all the power. And that's why everyone defers to what women want, because you guys want sex more than women do. At the end of the day, that's the power dynamic there. And you men sacrifice what you want in the pursuit of women. Happens all the time. That's the majority of guys nowadays. As you can imagine, I'm pretty analytical. Was certainly one of those guys who was being too logical about it. Or you just believe what you were told. Be nice, be kind. I can also forgive pretty much every guy out there, especially when we're younger. It just makes common sense. Well, you get girls by being nice, by giving them what they want. Well, what do they want? Flowers, kindness. You don't be a dick. Don't be a dick, right? Yeah, but they get that in spades, man. They're flooded with that shit. They're sick of. They want a hot guy. They viscerally want to fuck, or the fun guy who deals the drugs or whatever. So I can understand, like, well, I should be nice to them, logically, but it's a flawed logic. Economics is the real logic. They are inundated with kindness and attention, so much so a behavior that is not kindness, not abuse, although seriously, sadly, some gals will prefer that over kindness just because it's different. But indifference and aloofness, that has more rarity. And that's generally what they will respond. They can get kindness. They can get nice guys. They're a dime a dozen. They can't get the guy who's just like, no, I don't want to do that. I could not figure out women's behavior. Why do they like guys who make them laugh? Well, that I understand. Why would you want to hang out with someone who bores you? Seems arbitrary. Why they like the bad guy? Because he's forbidden. He's dangerous. They said no. And curiosity. It's all reverse psychology. Look, the good guys, there's so many good guys. There's so many good. But, do you want the Toyota Camry or do you want the Ferrari? The Ferrari is a pain in the ass. And it's going to have a nightmare. You're going to take the Ferrari. It's more sought after. Why? Rarity. Even though the Toyota Camry is the superior of the two cars. It's the better car. But they're so fucking common. Why this? Why that? It was not until I came to the red pill about 5 years ago when all the pieces fell into place. I was asking myself the wrong question the whole time. It doesn't fucking matter what women want. It's what you want as the man that matters. Once you realize this, many things become much easier. Well, yeah, you stop trying to make other people happy. That isn't you. Your books and content have been a great help to me, along with Rich Cooper and Rollo. Thanks so much. You've provided actionable advice for men that actually works. So, all right, let's go through this because you don't really have a question. You had an epiphany. I'll share and explain the epiphany. And this will go obviously apply to things outside of girls and romance and stuff like that. First, it's very important young people understand Stoicism. You only control you. You only control your reaction to things. Things you don't control, you do control your reaction to them. The meteor's crashing. Do you want to panic or do you want to get down to fucking or drinking or whatever it is, the vices that you want to enjoy before, 5 minutes and the comet hits the earth? Once you realize you only control you, you realize other people's happiness is not your responsibility. Now, that's not to say if they like you to begin with, your presence or you can't induce happiness in them. But there is nothing you can do to make other people happy unless they've already invested their happiness in you. Unless they've decided my happiness will be derived from you, which is not the case on every guy and every gal when it comes to the initial parts of dating, if you even get to the date, right? And so what you should be doing is you should be focusing on yourself because you're going to die. I'm not saying necessarily be selfish or don't factor in what women want occasionally, and we're going to get to that later. But because of the way you were raised, because of media and all, you're talking about the magazines in the checkout aisle, which that's old school, but also just common sense. And, you'd like to get, it's very innocent. Like, yeah, I want to make them happy. Well, make some happy flowers. Coming from the right person who's already previously happy and they already have a vested interest in that person. So there's no quicker way to waste your life and make the life you do have a miserable one trying to make other people happy. Fuck other people. I'm going to focus on me being happy. And then when you focus on yourself being happy, then we can have two happy people that are probably a lot more enjoyable and get together and have some fun. Same thing with finances and money. Your finances, you are not my response. It's not my responsibility to feed you or clothe you or shelter you, no matter what the Democrats say. And if we all focused on taking care of ourselves and feeding and clothing and sheltering ourselves, then we wouldn't have to worry about poverty as much as we do right now, right? Except that's the reverse. I want to make the woman happy. You're trying to be charitable and kind. Democrats I want you to pay for my shit. You owe me. Anyway, the first three stages of Maslow's hierarchy of needs take a lot to get stable. I don't think you can be happy or at least content until you get your finances and your food, clothing, and shelter squared away. And chasing after women, especially when you're younger, is a great way to delay that peace and contentment and stability. Focus on yourself. Do your thing. You have an obligation to make yourself happy. Do not try to make anyone else happy. And then when you're a happier person, guess what? Women and other people are going to be more attracted to you for social, romantic, or whatever purposes. Now, let's introduce the opposite sex. We're not talking social or work relations. Let's just talk about sexual relationships. The number one thing you guys can do to get a girl to be happy because of your presence is to be hot. That's the number one thing you can do, right? Acts of kindness, flowers, dumbass shit like that, that does not get them sexually interested in you. They will never derive their peace, or they will never derive their happiness from you if they don't want to fuck you. You could be in physical great shape and they may want to fuck, but they're still not going to derive happiness, or maybe they just want to use you as a fling. It's possible. But if you want to make women happy, make it so they're tickled that you're there. You want them to want to have sex with you because that's how much they find you physically attractive. The only way to do that is to be very good looking. Cappy, I'm short. Yeah, it's a problem. Cappy, I have an ugly face. Rare, but it's a thing, right? And it's just too bad. But that doesn't mean you don't put your best effort into being as attractive and charming, right? You don't want her to have to work at finding you attractive, right? It should be visceral. She should want to tear your clothes off. And that means, based on some data, if we use online data, we're talking about 7%. You got to be in the top 7%, which is both harder and easier than you think. So there, if you're hot, then the girls will be sexually interested in you, and then your presence will make them, or I should say, there's a drastic increase in the percent chance your presence will make them happy. And then if you're a happy guy on top of it, because you're doing what you want and improving yourself and your finances together or doing whatever, they're going to enjoy your company more. You ever know those people are really sad and depressed and dour? No one wants to hang out with them. Why? Because they're trying to make girls happy all their lives. Legit. Then there's the guy who he's like surfers. They're always happy. Yeah, because it's always in sunny. You always see a picture in sunny beach-like conditions. You got the dude, bro. Hey, get some gnar. Or some Australian guy. Just guys without shirts out in the sun. They seem to be happier. Probably because they got trust fund daddies. But they're in great shape. They're doing the thing they love, surfing. All right. Girls want to have sex with them. Step one. They're happy. Step two. Girls are going to be with them, and then their happiness might feed into the girl's happiness as well. And then number three, do your own thing and be happy. And because you followed step two, you were hot, they will already want to be with you and will be happy that you are happy. There it is. A lot of girls, it was weird. Yeah, a lot of girls found me attractive because I did ballroom dancing. Okay, that's true. A lot of gals found me real interesting because I did fossil collecting and fossil hunting. Well, really? I'm like, yeah. Why? You want to see my rocks? I'm like, yeah. What, really? You're kidding me. It's like Jack Napier with his Pokemon collection. Like, what, really? And the fourth and final reason you should focus on your own happiness is because you're going to die and life is too short making yourself miserable, trying to make other people, especially women, happy, especially when women's happiness is so fickle and flighty, amorphous, intangible, and a moving target. As I got older, I started understanding old man Rollo. They would say women will take the form of the container you provide them. Like if you like football, if she really likes you, she's going to like football. I knew a guy, he got into kettlebells. And the gal that he married, she just jumped right in there with him. And you know why she's happy? Because she loves being with him. Why? Because she wanted his dick. Because he was physically attractive enough. And they're a very happy couple. Very happy couple. But yeah, that is, I don't know how many tens of trillions, if not hundreds of trillions, over the decades and generations of men were wasted with you guys trying to make women happy, being nice. This is to say treat them poorly. That's not the case. Instead of you knuckling down, hitting the gym, dieting, wearing decent looking clothes, asking a girl out or two, becoming funny and charming, getting your own hobbies. I think women they got a natural and a really good radar to know when there's a guy who has nothing going on in his life and he views the woman as an actual object, an actual degrading thing that you need to come into my life and then I will be whole and happy. They don't want to be the solution to your problem. You see a lot of those guys, just need a girl. No, what you need to do is you need to get your life to the point where you got so much shit going on and a girl is like, hey, can I join? You're kind of like, I'm actually having a really good time and I'm afraid you're going to slow me down. I don't know. Can I come by? Like, I'll give you an example. Not necessarily sexual, but I'll give you an example. If a girl said, Cappy, can I go hiking with you and your friends? I'd be like, see, hiking is really important to me. It's the one thing I got that's close to like meditation or spiritual, although I don't take it that far. And I've done charity hikes with friends who come and visit, right? I do a tour group. But on my day when I want to go hiking with my buddies, the ones who are good, yeah, you're going to ruin this really important thing to me. So no, I don't. Unless you can show me you can run up that hill right now, full speed. I don't want you ruining it. Hey, can I come in and help you with the car? Nope. No, you can't. You're going to get in the way. You're going to ask stupid questions. You're going to delay this project. I just want to work on my car. And that's every human being. Like the girls got to fall in love with something. And it can't, well, what are you all about? I'm all about getting you as a girl. They want another human being who isn't going to own them, isn't going to like put them into that hole, glom onto them, suffocating. They want a guy who's got his own thing going on. And really, guys, the best thing you can do, especially when you're a younger man, dude, don't even bother. I mean, yeah, ask him out. Sure, fine. Focus on work. Focus on your health. Get to the gym. Get your finances together. Go do some interesting things after college, or summer vacation. Go, whatever it is, travel, pick up a hobby, pick up a martial art, pick up comic, but whatever it is, fossil hunting. How fucking nerdy is that? It's pretty fucking nerdy. Whatever it is, they say, hey, do you want to do this? Oh, I got poker that night. I'd like to, but I got poker with the guys. Or I'm going to whatever, the Masons or the Elks Lodge, or I go to church, whatever it is. I have choir practice at church. I'd like to, but I got choir practice. Oh, then all of a sudden it's like, oh, you have shit going on that's more important than me? You must have a very interesting life. Well, you don't wear, lingerie outfit or nothing, so it's not terribly interesting, right? But you put it on. I might postpone the choir at church if you wear a cute little nurse outfit. Yeah. They want another human being to be attracted who's got activities and shit going on. And I'll be on. I'll say it again. Ladies, your hobbies suck. Probably it's because I'm a guy and men and women like different things, but you could not. You're like, oh my God, what boring fucking hobby. We like to travel and drink wine and go to pumpkin spice latte conventions. Like, fuck this. But I could see where women are like, well, are you doing something else that's cooler than women? Yeah, everything we do is cooler than what women do. We're going fishing. We're going shooting guns. We're smoking cigars. We're racing cars. What are you going to do? Oh, another brunch with mimosas. Oh, that's fucking exciting. They may want to I got to get out of my Sex in the City life. What are they doing? What are those boys doing? Oh, they're going ice fishing. That doesn't sound appetizing at all, but what the hell? I'll give it a shot. And if you got a bunch of hobby, interests, whatever, you got a life, you're happy, you're content, you're peaceful. You're not controlling. She's not my precious. You don't want to be going with the ring. You don't want her to be your ring. Well, yeah, I got shit going on. Can I be your ring? Yeah, sure, I guess. And then at minimum, when it's all said and done, let's say you didn't get the girls out, which would be, even by today's standards, statistically rare. You didn't waste your life. You enjoyed your life. You did what you wanted. You lived it. You weren't chasing, oh my God, I know people. I know one guy in his fifth mail order bride. His life is over. I know a couple guys, 3 marriages. That was a significant portion of their life, if not all of their youth, gone. Do what you're gonna do. You're gonna die. Do what you want to do. Live your life. Get your finances, get everything going, get it all stable. Right? Get a house, whatever it is. And then if a girl wants, can I come along with you? Say, maybe. I don't know. I'm going to go collect fossils. I don't know. I got poker tonight. Why don't you go do something else? Huh? And then they will probably take on your hobbies, because men's hobbies are way more fun than women's hobbies. If you're in good shape and they want to fuck you. That's how you make women happy. As far as our research at our labs and facilities have gone, as long as we have figured it out at our think tank. All right, let's go to the super chats. Hand Clogs, $5. Cappy, what is the meaning of quote, Cappy, to live and give me more money? Yes, that is the purpose of everyone. If you have to ask, what is the purpose of life? It is to live and give me money. Pay into my Social Security, young people. Work harder. Boomer Cappy needs your Social Security money. Hand Clogs, $5 again. Cappy, those blue eyes, right-handed blue jean people are pressing. Hey, they are, Hat. Those blue-eyed right-handed people are pressing us left-handed brown-eyed people. They always have. I demand reparations. Right-handed blue jean people, love and peace. Hey, wet Willie's wetter water, $5. Our men's happiness is simple, and our cup is way easier to fill. Happiness trickles down from us to them. It's not possible to pour from an empty cup. Oh, outstanding. Outstanding observation. That is good. That's good. By the way, it goes the other way. I don't want some girl without depth. I don't want some girl just what are you doing? Can I hang out with you? What are going on? I don't want to be somebody else's golem ring. I like a gal who's like, oh yeah, I got this going on, that going on. I'm like, well, I may not participate, but that's kind of cool. You got that thing going on. I always like, I'm not a hunter, not a big hunter, but I know a couple gals who hunt. I'm like, that's kind of cool. And they're cool gals. Yeah, you don't want just some gal who's like boy crazy and find the thing and then, and then they get pissed off when you're like, let's just have some fun. Where is this going? Nowhere, because you got no life. You're so boring. You're a Democrat. You got a journalism degree. You work at a nonprofit or you're a teacher. Fuck. Drew, $2. Why won't employers hire overqualified candidates? I don't know. Business leaders are already like 101 IQ on a good day. HR, 90, 92 on a good day. I don't know why. Drew, you do know, just so you know, the vast majority of employers are wrong. And what I mean by that is the vast majority of businesses go out of business. They do. I think there is a bank in Italy that's been around since the 1500s. That's one of the oldest companies. There's also a Japanese company, I believe. I think it was Brown used to be the oldest American company, but I don't think they're in business anymore. The vast majority of businesses go under. They are not successful. So they really don't know what they're doing. Why, to me, it'd be common sense. Why wouldn't you hire an overqualified candidate? We could probably promote you. We don't have to train you. We have to train you less. I don't know why. I know we're afraid you go to the competition. Well, don't you think maybe you should poach them before they go to the competition? Why are you asking me to explain logically why HR women have these weird rules? I have no idea. They're the ones who literally believed in handwriting analysis no more than 15 years ago. They're the ones putting up fake job ads. They're the ones who ask you, what's your favorite color and why? And if you were a zoo animal, which one would it be and why? They still think there's some veracity to this analysis. I mean, really, why? You're asking me, why do people with an intelligence level who believe in astrology do the things they do? The only answer I have is because they're stupid and dumb. That's it. That's all I got. Hand clogs, $2 because they can't control an overqualified person. I wish it was that intelligent, right? I never believed for the longest time what they would always say, your boss is intimidated by you. I'm like, how the fuck is he intimidated by me? I do what he says. I should make him look better. I mean, I'm under his division. Like, I'll make the numbers look good. He'll look good. Like, why wouldn't they? And then I realized, oh yeah, I'm assuming this is a 125 IQ person, not the 98 one who got by on broness and networking skills and people skills, which is just popularity, ass kissing bullshit. And I come in with, I didn't realize, well, here's a spreadsheet. We could do this. We could do the work of 3 people like that. Well, you lose his fucking division. See, look at this thing. I'm going to save a lot of money. I didn't realize it. Somebody higher than him says, why is that guy in charge when this kid came up with that thing? I didn't realize it was a threat to his job. And then if he got fired, like, why are you firing him? What did he do? Perpetual whiner, $5. Nice avatar. $5. I have it on good authority that if you're getting laid, you don't get to have an opinion on how to enjoy life without women. Disregard appeal to authority. I have it on good authority. If you're getting laid, you don't get to have an opinion on how to enjoy life. No, you do, because like there's not one guy who was getting laid all the time. Every one of us went through the dry spell or the confusion. This guy's a jack good looking dude. He's going through hell. Yeah, every guy has lived without women. Every guy has been in the desert. And I would say their observations are valuable. Their opinions are I would say valid, but also there's value you could get out of that. All right, there you guys go. Link below is the book of Numbers, analyzing the ROI in the pursuit of women. Before you piss away your life and make it miserable trying to make someone else happy, why don't you read through that book and see what percentage of women are going to be receptive to you trying to make them happy if they don't find you attractive? The Book of Numbers, available on Amazon, paperback, Kindle, and Audible. See you guys later. Toodles.